everybody. We're going to do Kim Hanbin or B.I's reading today because it is highly requested, but not only that. This is a purchased reading. Well, through my Etsy store, you guys can purchase your own personal readings, but for those YouTube readings that you can purchase, you can choose whether or not for them to be public. And that means if you choose to buy a reading for a certain K-pop group, it can be public. So that's what's happened today. I've done the full group reading, and I covered, I believe it's either Julie or I wrote it down, Stephanie. She had two different names on her thing, so I wasn't sure which one it was, but I'm calling her Iconic Girl because I don't want to offend her. So I do believe it's Julie. Anyway, so say thank you to her in the comments. I am going to get to everyone's individual readings. However, like I said to her before, and I'll say to you guys, these readings are going to be, like, I can't sit down and do all of them in one session. It's, you know, I would get exhausted and then the readings wouldn't be as good. So I just do a little bit at a time, and because there's so many members, I did the group reading first, covered all of her questions. So it was a really long video. I've since re-uploaded it in 3 parts because the video was so long originally that automatic captions were not available, and quite a few of you commented and said I really need those automatic captions because English is not my first language, or I have, you know, hearing problems, something like that. So I made sure to re-upload it so that you guys can get access to that reading. So that's why there might seem to be a whole bunch of iKON readings on my channel at the moment. It's just the one reading, and then the one reading split into 3 parts, okay? So we're going to do B.I's reading today. Oops, come on. What is got... There we go. This is Palo Santo. I don't have to do this when I do readings, but I like to. It's just good. It cleanses the energy, and I can cleanse your energy as well. It's all about intentions. Okay. You see? Is he smoking a little bit? Only a little bit. I feel like I need a little bit more. What is going on today? Look at this. There we go. Just gotta get it to start. There we are. That's better. So, you guys can just book readings like that. Anyway, I think I will put a specific listing. There we are. So we'll cleanse your energy. If you don't want it, just say no thanks, but cleanse your energy. Get rid of any negative things around you guys, because you don't need that. Okay, any negative things that people have been saying or thinking about you, we've just gone and got rid of it. We are now cleansing the cards. I'll go behind you guys because I've got cards here just in case we use them. And of course, we're going to set a positive intention to get clear and accurate and precise messages for you guys and for B.I around this situation. I answered a whole lot of questions in regards to him in the group reading, so go and look at that as well. It's probably, I think it's in part 2, but I can't remember exactly. Otherwise, just go and watch the full reading, which goes for over an hour now. I didn't write any questions down because I just want to have a look at him. I just want to have a look. I want to see what's going on. I want to do my general readings like I normally do them, and I already answered his specific readings in that group video. So what's up with him? What's going on? this. Immediately his theme is the break of contract. Done. Isn't that funny? But things are going in his favour and he's letting go of depression, anxiety and fear. So this is the literal theme. Injustices. But, so perhaps, letting go of the contract is a little bit of an injustice towards, or is an injustice towards him, right? But again, in the other reading I did get, he understands why this has to happen. He acknowledges that, and he's okay with it. He fully understands, which I think is what some people are struggling with. Yeah, skeletons coming out of the closet. You can't hide. Basically, this is just what happened. It's oops, there's nothing I can do about it. It was a stupid thing that I did. There is literally nothing he can do about it. This was inevitable and had to happen. This is divine intervention. I don't know if he's been getting signs and things have been happening to him coincidentally. I mean, Spirit has been telling him that he needs to leave the group and move on to something else for his soul journey, and he hasn't been doing it, so this has happened. That's how I feel energetically about this. This is going to allow him to be more connected to his emotions because he's, basically can go on a path that's more authentic to him. I do see an earth sign, like I said, in the group reading. There is definitely specifically one of the members who is most likely DK, unless... See, this would be someone who's very much about career and money, and depending on their charts, some of them might have an earth moon, and they may have more of that earth sign personality. So, this guy's very, very, very career focused, very in the material world. This is this, that is that, black and white kind of mentality about him. And he's disappointed that BI has decided to move on. He feels like I'm left with this situation. I don't know, maybe he's been trying to contact him and yeah. It's upsetting, but there's not much that he can do about it. So I just feel like he's struggling a bit with this whole situation because he idolized him. This earth sign idolized BI. Okay? Who is an air sign, a Libra. Empress. Ooh. Yes. He is a little bit upset. This is about meditation and stuff, and it's kind of I can't clear my head and have my thoughts aren't clear. There's a lot of females online. Obviously the internet support is very strong for him. I don't feel like he's in a position mentally where he can listen to that. His creativity has been basically stopped, and he's a little bit overwhelmed by all of the different things that he keeps hearing, because they contradict each other, and he needs to take a moment and breathe and relax and focus on himself, his family, his well-being is what I'm getting with this card, and his emotions. So even though he's finding it hard to take that pause to meditate and think, yeah, see, this is what happened. Literally, his path was blocked. He got to get out of this group energetically. There's something about his soul journey where this had to happen. Yes, there's secrets. So there is more to the story than what has been told. This was a forced decision. Yeah. Money. About money and career. Uh-oh. We have the Devil card, which is about temptations. It can also be about things like drugs, alcohol, sex, money, indulging in too much of a good thing, that kind of stuff. This is about him not holding back in regards to his indulgences and wise, and this is a heavy burden. This could literally just be about what happened with the scandal event, or whatever you want to call it, but it's a bit far down the line for that, because that's up here. What am I seeing? He's left. I feel like he is going to lean onto a not so good coping mechanism is what I'm getting. I don't know if it's drinking. I don't know if it's just being a bit promiscuous or whatever, because this is a woman carrying a burden. Maybe he's just going to be a little bit too intense within a relationship, and she's trying to like help him heal emotionally. Yeah, I'm empty emotionally, because it feels like, yeah, see, there's these old broken CDs in this card. Why did the lighting change so much? It's like really, really cloudy out there, so the lighting is probably crap in this video. I am so sorry. I need to get a secondary light, but I had to move my light from down here back up to the house because I don't want the kids to like trash it when I'm not down here. Do you know what I mean? I can't afford to buy like 10 million lights, but I need to get some kind of other secondary light. Anyway, empty emotionally. I do feel like, see how I got distracted? This is a distraction. He's got some sort of unhealthy habit. But I do feel like there is a female. I don't know. She's trying to help him, but maybe the relationship's a bit toxic. We're letting go of betrayal. There's that earth sign again. I do feel like one of the members is still contacting him and giving him a bit of a hard time about it. Maybe they're wanting him to release something. This is about being dreams. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I mean, I stop and I pause and I say weird things, and I realize you guys don't know what I'm talking about. This could be dreams. This can also be opportunities and being overwhelmed by possibilities. This is about change. So his dreams have changed. This is the Emperor, the guy in charge, or him wanting to grow and be more mature. So there is definitely a transformation about what his dreams, goals, and aspirations are in life. He's going to stop, and I do see him holding on to things from iKON, from the group. This is him holding on to certain like memories, and there's some skill sets that he's learned, but he's going to perfect something that perhaps he only did a little bit of. I don't know if it was acting. Again, I did see him doing some solo stuff, but he's perfecting a craft here because he's trying to get in touch with his emotions. He is a bit disconnected. I do feel like he's a very smart person, and logically he understands the entire situation like perfectly. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it's not hard for him. It's mostly difficult for him to navigate the public pressure, perception, and all the conflicting ideas and things that he's getting. Like one day everyone could be like, I love you so much, and then the next day he bumps into someone or gets denied something through work because they think he's like a terrible, horrible person, or something that is like totally opposite. And it's just frustrating. Okay, because we've got imbalance in a relationship, and again, this could be because it could just be like a relationship that he's gone to as a coping mechanism. Pulling back from the spotlight because of the gossip. There is money here though. In order to preserve his image and his ability to make money, he's going to be sitting on things for a while. Okay, pulling back because there's going to be some sort of gossip going around, which is probably happening at the moment. It wouldn't surprise me. And then we're going to have, is that him coming out? Yeah, so new opportunities are going to come to him. I do feel like you'll be hearing from him, like he'll emerge onto social media again. I don't know who this water woman is here. This could be this one. That's not very nice. I just feel like in his way of coping, perhaps he is turning to, and it doesn't necessarily mean that this person is gendered a woman. Like, I don't know what his sexuality is. I cannot tell. But to me, when I see relationships, it's like yin and yang. So I see a male energy and female energy. I see two halves that go together. So this is just like, this is one half and this is the other half, okay? So for those of you who ask about people being gay or whatever, like, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I see. And when I say, if I say female energy and they're male and they do happen to be gay, just keep that in mind. That it's, I see it more of like the yin and yang and like two sides to something. So when their other half comes in, or someone they're interested come in, to me it comes in this form. Unless I actually have like a solid knowledge, then I might see male and male. But usually for me, this is kind of how spirit works and how I get messages, because that's how I see it. It's like yin and yang, so it's male and female. One's more masculine and one's more feminine. But I do worry about this woman who has shouldered the burden, because it's going to empty her emotionally. So I'm a little bit concerned about her well-being in that. But for him, it's kind of like, yes, he does emerge on social media. I do feel like at that point he will be with this person. Please don't freak out about that. They're allowed to have relationships, okay? It's fine. And then he's going to pick up from... So, somebody said something about him being in an album with one of the other members, so I don't know if that's going to be the old idea that we're picking up. This is a passion that we were working on, that we have stopped, and now it's picked back up again. But he can't move forward with it, which is frustrating. We're going to focus on the home life. Oh no, another tower moment around house. Sacrifices around home. I hope this relationship doesn't get exposed. Or something. With that inappropriate coping mechanism. Which is very human and very normal, okay? But you know what it's like with idols. Things just get blown way out of proportion. So I don't know. Oh, okay. To me, I feel like this is a sacrifice of this. So this coping mechanism is not going to last. He is going to see that it's negative and get rid of it, because he wants this, successful, happy home life energy around him. Yeah, because we've got balance here. Feeling like, even though your hands are tied, we're going to bring in the balance and try to do things that serve, like he's going to try to do things that serve him more on an emotional level, that fill up his emotions, and there's healing of the relationship. So this person, and again, like I said, it is very much the yin yang energy. This other person, this person that's with him, emptied emotionally, and then they become healed. So it does heal this relationship. I don't see like a breakup. I don't see this being 10 different women. I just see this as one person. So, he's going to, it'll be like more secretive. I don't really feel like he's going to come out on social media. Here's my girlfriend or whatever. I just feel like that relationship is going to heal, and it's just, something to keep in mind. So that's going to be good for him. And then, what is it about career? New ideas with career. So when he gets into this more positive place and this tower, this literal destruction of this negative behavior that happened, that he is going to be using as a coping mechanism throughout this process. So we're healing from that, and then our relationship comes up, our feminine partner that he has, her cup is full, her, love energy, positive energy is more evened out instead of taking on the burden for him a little bit too much. Then he will focus on his career again. So career perhaps won't be very emotionally fulfilling at first, but he's going to have opportunities. People are going to be asking for some stuff from him. They're going to be asking for freebies, favors, or not necessarily freebies, but they're going to ask him to do stuff for literally barely enough money, right? Because they're going to try to take advantage of his reputation and things like that. But this is him standing strong, knowing his worth. Yeah, and just going for it, really. He's not going to run off. He's not just going to take the first opportunity that comes. he's going to stick it out, and even though there can be, what did I say before, a change in, it was something about his passions, and I can't remember, because for me it's like information goes in one ear out the other, you're just channeling information. So whatever that change is, and wherever he goes with his career, it's definitely going to pick back up again. And I do see people being very fired up about it and supportive. Again, there are always going to be, and I mean there are always going to be those who will not accept him, because basically anything to do with any drugs, like think about what happened to Park Bom, although she is very lucky that she's, you know, still there and working, but anything, there are going to be people who will just bash you forever, specifically because the culture around it there is much, like there are much larger consequences than there are here, okay? And I want you to keep that in mind, that he will be limited. Perhaps, I wonder if he'll go overseas or take another option. I'm pretty sure he is Korean. I was going to say if he's from somewhere else, he would most likely go back there, but I don't think that's really the case for him. Let's I'd like to get a significant time for B.I, please. He needs to listen to his intuition, and he is going to be plugging into that. And again, going through like a depressive state is a lot of times for people, that is a bit of an awakening period when it comes to your psychic ability, intuition, and spirituality. We have Saturn, so he's definitely learning a lot of lessons here. This is about emotional control, so learning how to control yourself emotionally, and learning that you cannot control other people's emotions. Being thoughtful, and he's a Libra, so he's definitely signified here. Capricorn, who is DK. Well, there you go. I do feel like he's the one that's struggling with this the most, and I do believe I said that in the group reading as well, so this is just validating that. This is about getting things right in your foundation. So yes, things have had to fall apart, and he accepts that and knows why this had to happen, and he just needs to focus on building his own foundation and getting himself right, which will be good. What cards do I want to pull? Let's get an angel card for him. I have a few decks here, so I was like, where am I going with this? Why did I bring so many cards with me? Families. Detoxification. Chakra balance. Basically, he needs to get in line. The situation in his company that he was with wasn't good for him. Like I said, I feel like he's been getting messages and signs for over a period of time that's like, you've overstayed the amount of time that you were supposed to be in here. This is more of a soul journey thing. There is more to his life that he's supposed to do. Not that being an iKON isn't great. Not that of course he wanted to be there. Like, that's why he overstayed. That's why he stayed so long. He's loved it. But there is more that he needs to do. This is about getting rid of toxic people, toxic situations, toxic habits. Obviously the exposing what happened, which was perfectly, like, to me, from what I've heard, it's not, like, I don't think he was actually using, and I don't see him using. The only negative energy with the devil I saw was with a woman. To me, I just feel like that's turning to relationships instead of dealing with stuff, you know? So I don't really see that, but I do feel like this is about getting rid of toxic people. And again, there's a female energy here. Male and female. So I do feel like this person's going to help him to really identify those toxic people that are around him. Acknowledging, of course, that with some of the other members, of course, they're going to struggle with this, and some of them may come at him in a toxic way. Not all of them. I do feel like there is a kinship, like a family, with all of them, but he needs to be balanced. He needs to do what's right for him, and the other members need to do what's right for them, and it will take time, but it will heal. You know? Angel of relationships. There's a woman. I'm telling you, there's somebody there. At the moment, he's going to be focusing on relationships. And to me, that sounds like a perfect idea, really. It makes sense. But that's what he would be doing. And I don't want this video to run too long, because Lord knows we don't need to do what we did in the last one where we have to upload parts. So let's just get... This is Oracle Tarot. So just another deck of tarot cards, basically. And I'm just going to run across his career. In the future. Which we've already addressed, but let's have another look. Yeah. New career moves. Definitely going to be making money moves. Even though this is like we're blocked a little bit to what we can manifest in our creative energies. I can't just do everything that I want to because of what's happened. You don't have the same sort of opportunities that you did when you were in a bigger company. So I don't know if look, but things are going to work out for him. Very nervous about change. His nervousness about change and anxiety and stress here, he is going to be able to let go of that, and in letting go of that, things are going to work out in his favour, and he's going to find the strength that he needs to overcome these challenges and obstacles that are in his way. Like I said, there are always going to be people who bring up the past, and guess what? A lot of people are doing it because they're jealous, because they want him to stop, because they don't want him to succeed, because he's competition. This is a business, alright? I don't know, you don't want to hear that, but there are some shady people in this business, in that industry, who are disconnected and they really don't give a crap about anyone. So I do feel like he needs to be aware. He is aware and needs to be cautious. This is maybe not being as cautious as we should be, but he is going to reflect on that. So this will help to change that energy around, and then things will move forward for him. He's going to be listening to his intuition. Like I said, sometimes things like this need to happen because it's going to open a doorway to you spiritually, to your intuition, to your guides, to your angels that are definitely around him. He's definitely got that indulgence, like I said with the Devil card before. He may be a little bit too indulgent in certain things, but which is going to affect his cash flow negatively. So I do feel like that's something he needs to be aware of. I don't know if he's going to change that or not. Don't spend recklessly, basically. Yeah, he's going to learn his budget lesson. This is him being a little bit too indulgent, not allowing himself time to recover, and blessed love life. That woman is good for him. She's good for him. I like her. She's very balanced. Very balanced, good with money. She is kind of like a steady progress kind of person. Will do one thing at a time, tick, all the boxes, that kind of thing. Somebody who would have a plan and a schedule. Letting go of unfulfilled expectations. Oh, maybe he's not going to be doing things traditionally. Let's have a look at the relationship a little bit before we go, since we don't want the video to be too long. But I know someone's going to ask about this girl, and all I can say is, I like her energy. I don't have anything bad to say. I don't think it's bad that he would have somebody. I think that at a time like this, it would be very good for him to have somebody. But I do feel like he is going to be a little bit too indulgent in this person. And they're going to be kind of carrying the burden a bit more than they should. He hasn't had much of an opportunity to be with this person. He's been waiting for a chance, really. So these people do know each other, obviously, because this is a thing that's going on right now. Interesting. She's sort of a little bit of a mirror to him. A little bit of an opposite. I don't feel like she's someone who makes a lot of money. She could potentially be a normal person. Oh, look at this. She's somebody who's had very abusive or imbalanced relationships in the past. She is somebody who I don't think she's very independent, but I feel like she knows a lot. She's very smart. Very probably psychically connected. This is a new beginning for her as well. And I do feel like that's probably why she takes on a lot of his burdens. She's one of those people who tries to fix others. You know, maybe getting involved with not so great people in the past. Not saying that this is him, I'm just saying this is kind of like the energy around her. I do feel like she's someone who's been in a lot of unbalanced relationships that have not been good for her, which is sad. Yeah, things haven't really gone her way in relationships, and she wants to, again, very nervous. So she's not going to be pursuing him or be open with him about her feelings so much at first. She is going to be taking time out. So she's, like I said, doing one thing at a time. Challenges and that, they don't throw her off. Like I said, she's been in unbalanced relationships and possibly with people who had quite a lot of challenges. Like this to her, I feel like she's been prepared for it. She's been prepared. But she's not really thinking in regards to getting involved with B.I. She just kind of, I don't know, she just, it's like she's drawn to him. Or, I don't know if she's the kind of person, if someone takes interest in her, it's like then, like, oh my god, I can't believe that, yeah. I feel like she does not feel as fulfilled in this relationship as he does. And then she's going to withdraw a little bit from it. And then that will, then he will go towards her a bit. So that's more of the healing. She will withdraw a little bit from him. Yeah, and then he's going to help her. I feel like there's somebody helping her with career. And I feel like it could be him. This would be after that healing process is taking place, where he knows where he stands with her and she knows where she stands, and he understands that this is a person who is trustworthy, that isn't there for, money, fame, or whatever. Like, she's a fixer in relationships. I do feel like he does eventually, he gets out of that rut, like we said before, and he treats her better, and there's healing around the relationship, which I do like. And obviously I'm not surprised if he doesn't know that she is that invested in him and really cares about him. And he is just treating it as sort of a casual thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know what the other person's intentions are, then your behavior can be swayed by that. And I kind of feel a little bit of that in this. So I hope that you guys like this reading. I'm not going to continue on for too much longer because otherwise the captions won't work. And I know that some of you really need those captions. So I will be getting to the other members' readings. I don't know when that will be, but I'll get to them as soon as I can. Definitely within the next, month, they'll all be up. So, oh my goodness. I think the other ones I was able to do within a 2-week period. So we'll see how we go with this one. And I hope that you guys like this reading. If you want to book your own personal reading, you can do so on Etsy. If you want to book a K-pop reading, you can do so on Etsy as well. Because those, oh my goodness, those YouTube readings can be public. I wonder if that woman that he's involved with has indigestion problems or problems communicating, because I keep almost burping, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway, it's probably related to her. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.